The first thing Alex noticed was the sky. It was not blue, like Earth's, nor red, like the sunsets he had watched on distant Mars colonies. This sky shimmered with colors that shifted like liquid, streaks of silver curling into bands of violet and green. He felt a shiver of awe, standing at the edge of the landing platform, his boots barely making a sound on the smooth surface. Every instinct in him told him that he was far from home, and yet he could not deny a sense of belonging, as if this place had been waiting for him. The colony ship, Aurora, had been drifting through the Lethar system for months. The mission was simple on paper. Explore the planets. Check for resources. Make contact if possible. But Alex had been drawn to Lethar 7 not for its minerals or its atmosphere, but because of a signal, faint and melodic, pulsing through the communications array. It was not a language he could understand. At least not yet. It was something more, something alive. He adjusted his helmet, the visor sliding into place, and stepped forward. The air was breathable, thin but rich in oxygen. Every breath was a small triumph. Ahead of him, a forest of crystalline trees stretched across the horizon. Their branches curved like elegant arcs, glimmering as though the sunlight carried a secret. There was no wind, yet the trees seemed to ripple, a slow undulation, like they were breathing with the planet itself. "Alex, you copy?" The voice of Commander Reyes crackled through the comms. "We've got a situation at the landing bay. Sensors are detecting something unusual." Alex's fingers tightened around the rail. "I copy, Commander. I'll check it out." He walked toward the source, each step leaving a faint shimmer in the metal plates beneath him. As he approached the center of the landing platform, his eyes widened. Standing before him was a figure taller than any human, its form both elegant and terrifying in its symmetry. She or it had a body that seemed sculpted from living crystal, translucent yet vibrant with color. Her head was crowned with long, delicate tendrils that swayed like banners in a wind he could not feel. And her eyes were the deepest pools of gold he had ever seen, filled with intelligence, curiosity, and something else he could not name. The signal, the voice that had called to him. He realized then that it had come from her, not from machines, not from a recording, but from a consciousness that had reached across space and time, seeking him. "I have been waiting," the voice said, not through sound, but in his mind. It was gentle, like a stream caressing stones, yet commanding in a way that made his heart pound. "You are far from home, child of Earth, yet you have come." Alex swallowed hard. I don't know what to say. I received a signal. I thought it was just electromagnetic interference." "It was not interference," she replied. "It was an invitation. You are the first human to step on my world. The first to hear me as I am." Alex felt a warmth spreading through him, a mixture of fear and exhilaration. "Why me?" he asked. The words were barely more than a whisper. Yet the alien queen, he had no other name for her, heard them. "Because you listen," she said. "Because you see. Because humans, fragile and short-lived though you are, carry a spark that even the stars respect." He blinked, unsure if she meant it literally or metaphorically. He had read the stories, the legends, the old HFY tales of humanity's resilience and courage, and yet, hearing it now, from a being whose presence seemed to fill the entire clearing, he could not help but feel it was true. The queen extended a hand, or what seemed like a hand, a flowing extension of her crystalline body. Light radiated from her fingertips, soft but powerful. "Come closer. Do not fear. I wish to know you. Not as a subject, not as a soldier, but as a being of thought, of mind, of potential." Alex stepped forward slowly. Each movement felt deliberate, as though gravity itself had slowed to watch him. The air hummed with energy, and the colors around them shifted in response to his approach. When he stood near her, close enough to touch though he did not, he could feel a connection, subtle but undeniable. You call yourself a queen, he said, finding courage in curiosity. What do you rule here? Not a kingdom, she said. Not a throne. I guide. I protect. I learn. Lither 7 is alive, Alex. Every tree, every crystal, every ripple in the rivers of this world sings. I listen. I respond. And now, I have chosen to listen to you. The words settled into him like warm sunlight. He wanted to speak, to ask a million questions, yet none seemed worthy. Instead, he simply nodded, and the queen seemed to smile, or perhaps it was the way the light bent across her form that made it seem like a smile. You are brave, she said. Not because you fight, but because you come without fear. Many would run, and yet here you stand. Alex thought about the months of travel, the isolation of space, the endless calculations of risk and reward, and he realized that bravery was not always about fighting monsters or facing death. It was about reaching out, about being willing to step into the unknown. The queen's gaze shifted, as though sensing his thoughts. You humans are strange, she said softly, a note of amusement in the resonance of her mind. So fragile, yet so determined. So small, yet capable of greatness. Why do you call me small? Alex asked, almost defensively. Not in judgment, she replied. In comparison to the universe. Yet even the smallest spark can ignite a galaxy. I see that spark in you. And perhaps, in others, if they too come to listen. The comms crackled again, bringing him back to the present. Alex? Are you there? What's happening? Sensors are going crazy. Alex hesitated. I think I've found something. Someone. The queen tilted her head, as if amused by the idea of humans stumbling upon truths so large they could barely comprehend them. Yes, she said. You have found me, and I have found you. That is enough, for now. He stepped back slightly, letting the distance remain, though he felt no fear. Somehow, in the presence of this being, the need for defense seemed irrelevant. His mind opened, a flood of questions ready to pour out. Yet he restrained himself. She was patient. She would allow him to understand at his own pace. You will see, she continued, that my world is unlike yours, but it is not dangerous unless danger is chosen. Here, curiosity and respect are the greatest strengths. Come, and I will show you. Before he could respond, the ground beneath them shifted gently, a ripple passing through the platform like a wave in water. The crystals around them hummed, creating patterns of light that danced in the air. Alex felt a strange sensation in his chest, a lightness, as if he were both here and elsewhere. Part of something larger than himself. He followed her, stepping carefully across the living platform. Every movement created a soft resonance, a music of energy and life. The queen led him into the forest, her form bending and twisting with grace, never touching the ground, yet moving with perfect control. He saw plants that glowed softly, leaves that changed color with thought, vines that reached toward him, curious but not threatening. Do humans know of worlds like this? Alex asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Some have dreamed of them, she said. But dreams are only shadows of truth. Few can truly see what is alive in the universe. You are one of them. They reached a clearing where the crystals formed arches, like gates carved by the cosmos itself. Light poured through them in colors he could not name. The queen paused, and for a moment, Alex felt as if time had stopped. Here, she said, her voice a caress in his mind. Here you will begin to understand. Not all knowledge comes from words. Some truths are felt, experienced, lived. And in time, you will see that humans have a role far greater than they imagine. Alex looked up at her, at the colors, at the forest alive with light and song. For the first time in his life, he felt a clarity he could not explain. A certainty that humanity was meant for more than survival, more than struggle. They were capable of wonder, of connection, of greatness beyond measure, and standing there, in the presence of the alien queen, he realized that perhaps he was meant to be part of something extraordinary. Something that would change not only his life, but the story of his species. For the first time, he felt a spark of hope that stretched beyond the stars, reaching into the very heart of the universe itself. Alex took a slow breath as he followed the queen deeper into the glowing forest. The air felt warm and soft around him, carrying a sweet scent like blooming flowers mixed with something he could not identify. Each step he took made the ground pulse with gentle light, as if the planet itself acknowledged his presence. He kept looking around, unable to hide his amazement. Everything here seemed alive, not just in a biological way, but in a deeper, more connected way that went beyond anything he had learned on Earth. The queen did not speak at first. She glided ahead, her crystalline body catching the light and sending it across the trees in shimmering waves. Alex wondered if she walked or floated. Her movement was too smooth, too graceful to be something as simple as walking. Wherever she passed, the forest reacted, branches swaying, colors shifting, patterns forming in the air like soft, glowing ribbons. Alex felt small, but not unimportant. Not powerless, just humbled. He stepped closer and asked, "Is everything here alive like you?" The queen slowed, turning her golden eyes toward him. "Life is not one shape," she answered gently. "Here, life flows through crystal, through light, through sound. Each form has a purpose. Some guide, some grow, some remember." "Remember?" Alex echoed. "Yes," she replied. "Many places forget their history. This world does not. The crystals hold memory. The trees hold emotion. Even the rivers hold echo. When you learn to listen, you will understand." Alex tried to imagine a planet that remembered every step taken on it. It felt both beautiful and overwhelming. He touched the nearest tree lightly. The surface was smooth and cool, but it responded with a soft glow that spread like ripples of water. His fingertips tingled with warmth, and for a moment, he thought he heard a faint melody. He looked at her with wide eyes. "Did I hear something?" "You heard a greeting," she said. "The tree welcomed you." The idea made him laugh softly. "On Earth, so many people don't even greet each other, but a tree here does." The queen seemed amused. "Perhaps your world will learn. Humans change quickly. Your species is a river always moving, always shaping the land through which it flows." Alex liked that description. He had always thought humans were clumsy, especially compared to advanced alien civilizations. But hearing her describe them with respect made him feel proud. They continued through the forest until they reached a wide, open field filled with tall, glowing flowers shaped like stars. When Alex stepped into the field, the flowers slowly tilted toward him, opening wider, releasing tiny sparks of light that rose into the air before fading gently. It was like stepping into a sky that had fallen to the ground. The queen stopped and turned to him again. "Alex, do you know why your mind hears me even when my words are silent?" He shook his head. "I thought it was just your species' ability." "It is," she said. "But your mind is unusually clear. Humans often cloud their thoughts with fear, noise, or memories that shout too loudly. But your mind leaves space. It listens." Alex felt his cheeks warm. "I'm not special." She bent slightly, lowering her golden eyes to his level. "You are. Not because of power or knowledge, but because you are open. That is a rare strength." He did not know what to say. Instead, he followed her as she moved to the center of the field. The flowers around them began glowing brighter, forming patterns in the air that looked like floating shapes, circles, spirals, and lines of soft, glowing light. "What is this?" Alex whispered. "This is the memory field," she said. "It is where we speak to the world, where we learn, where we share." Before Alex could ask anything else, the queen lifted her hand. A soft pulse flowed from her fingers, spreading through the field. The glowing shapes shifted, rearranging until they formed images floating in the air. Alex gasped as he recognized planets, stars, and swirling nebulae. The images moved like a silent story. He saw Lithar 7 forming from dust, its first crystals growing like ice spreading across glass. He saw early life taking shape, beings of light moving through forests, minds connected like threads in a web. He saw civilizations rising and learning, not through conflict, but through curiosity and cooperation. He felt awe as he watched their history unfold without a single war, without destruction, only discovery. "You have no conflicts?" Alex asked, unable to keep disbelief out of his voice. "We have challenges," she corrected kindly. "But we face them together. We do not fight to win. We understand to grow." "Humans aren't like that," Alex muttered. The Queen stepped closer to him. "Not yet. But you could be. I have watched humans from afar. I have felt your curiosity, your courage, your imagination. These are not the traits of a broken species. They are the traits of one that is still learning." Alex looked down. "Sometimes it feels like humanity is too far behind to catch up." She shook her head, her crystalline tendrils shifting like soft waves. "You are not behind. You are different. And in your difference, there is potential. Humans do what others will not. You explore when others hide. You attempt when others fear failure. Even your mistakes teach you faster than you realize." Alex's chest tightened with emotion. For so long, he had thought of humanity as small compared to the vast galaxy. But hearing her speak made him feel something he had not felt in years: hope. As he absorbed her words, the glowing images faded, leaving the field softly lit once more. The Queen began walking again, and Alex followed her into a narrow path that seemed to open only when she approached. The trees parted slowly, forming a gentle arch above them. After a moment, she said, "There is something you must see, Alex. Something few outsiders have ever been shown." "What is it?" "The heart chamber," she said. "It is where my world speaks most clearly, where memories form, and where choices are made." The name sent a small chill down his spine, not fear, but a sense of importance. As they walked, the path grew brighter. Soon they stepped into a large cavern, made entirely of crystal, glowing softly with hundreds of colors blending like a cosmic painting. In the center stood a massive pillar, pulsing slowly, like the heartbeat of a world. Alex felt a warmth spread through him the moment he entered. His mind became clearer, his breathing slower, his senses sharper. "What is this place?" he whispered. "This," the Queen said, "is the mind of the planet." He turned to her sharply. "The planet is alive?" "Not as you understand life," she said. "It is aware. It listens. It responds. Every crystal is a thought, every light a message. And now, it wants to speak with you." Alex froze. "Me? Why?" "Because you came," she said simply. "Because you listen. Because the world has chosen to share its memory with you." He swallowed hard. "What do I have to do?" "Nothing," she said gently. "Just stand. Just breathe." Alex took a slow step forward. The pillar pulsed brighter as he approached, glowing in sync with his heartbeat. He placed a hand on its cool surface, and a sudden wave of warmth spread up his arm and through his whole body. His vision filled with light, and for a moment, he felt as though he was floating in the middle of the universe. Images appeared not of the alien world this time, but of Earth. He saw oceans, mountains, bustling cities, people laughing, children learning, explorers stepping into unknown lands. He saw mistakes, pollution, arguments, confusion, but also kindness, bravery, invention, and hope. The memories were messy and imperfect, but they were vibrant, alive, full of energy. And he realized something. Earth had its own beauty. Humanity had its own magic. Maybe humans did not glow like crystals or speak through thought, but they dreamed with a fire that could light the dark. The light around him dimmed slowly until he found himself back in the chamber, his hand still touching the pillar. The Queen watched him with gentle curiosity. "What did you see?" she asked. "I saw everything," Alex whispered. "Good and bad, but beautiful." Human. She nodded. And now you understand why I called you here. Alex looked at her, confused. Why? Because humans carry something my world does not, she said softly. You carry ambition. The desire to grow, to reach, to change. And that makes you important in this galaxy. Alex felt overwhelmed, but in a good way. What do you want from me? I want you to learn, she said. And then to teach your people. I want you to be a bridge. Between your world and mine. He swallowed. That sounds like a lot. She smiled with her golden eyes. Then it is the perfect task for a human. Alex laughed, surprised by how light he felt. I guess it is. The Queen motioned toward the path. Come. There is more to see, and much more to understand. Alex nodded and followed her out of the heart chamber, realizing that his journey on this world had only just begun, and that humanity might one day stand proudly among the stars. Not because of power, but because of understanding. Alex walked beside the Queen as they left the heart chamber, but his mind was still filled with the images he had seen. The memory of Earth, its oceans, people, laughter, mistakes, and beauty echoed inside him. He kept replaying everything, trying to understand why the planet had shown him those visions. It felt like a message, but he did not yet understand its meaning. The Queen moved slowly, giving him time to think. Her crystalline form glowed softly with warm colors, shifting like calm waves. Alex noticed she did that whenever she sensed strong emotions from him. She did not need to ask him anything. She simply stayed near, letting him adjust at his own pace. After a long silence, she finally spoke in her gentle, mind-soft voice. You are quiet. Alex. He took a deep breath. I'm trying to understand everything. It's a lot. Yes, she said. Understanding always begins with too much. Only later does it feel simple. Alex looked at her with a small smile. You always say things that make everything sound peaceful. That is because peace is natural, she replied. Fear is learned, confusion is learned. But peace is what remains when you allow yourself to listen. He looked ahead at the glowing path. I want to learn. I want to understand your world. Not just for myself, but so I can explain everything to my people later. That is why you are here, she said with a soft light flowing through her body. You are willing to listen, and that makes you capable of teaching. They walked into a wide valley filled with crystal towers that rose like giant flowers. Some were thin as needles, others thick like trees. Light ran through them, creating patterns across the ground. When Alex stepped closer to one of the towers, the crystal hummed with a gentle tone. The sound was warm and calming, like a soft lullaby. What is this place? Alex asked. This is the Chorus Valley, the Queen answered. Every tower sings. Together, they create harmony across the planet. Their sound helps guide the energy of this world. Alex placed his hand against a tall crystal. The hum grew deeper, matching the rhythm of his heartbeat. He felt his chest loosen, his shoulders relax, his thoughts organize themselves gently, like clouds drifting apart. It feels healing, he whispered. It is, she said. Your mind holds many questions, many doubts. This valley helps you breathe through them. A soft breeze moved through the valley, though Alex could not tell where it came from. The crystals swayed subtly, creating layers of sound that blended like a peaceful choir. Alex felt tears gather in his eyes without understanding why. The Queen noticed, of course. Your heart is speaking, she said kindly. Humans carry emotions in strong ways. You feel deeply. You care deeply. That is a gift. Alex wiped his face, embarrassed. I'm not usually emotional. You are not emotional, she corrected gently. You are honest. They continued walking until they reached a wide, crystal-clear pool at the center of the valley. The water glowed softly with pale blue light, reflecting the sky's shifting colors. Tiny lights swam beneath the surface like living stars, forming patterns and moving together in gentle waves. Alex knelt near the edge of the pool. This is beautiful. What is this water? It is memory water, she explained. It carries thoughts of the world. When you look into it, it shows not visions, but clarity. It helps you understand your own thoughts. Alex stared into the glowing water. At first, he saw only his reflection, the tired yet curious face of a young explorer. But slowly, images formed, soft and foggy, like memories being filtered through gentle light. He saw himself as a child, building small ships from scrap metal. He saw his first day in training, nervous but determined. He saw the loneliness he felt traveling through space, the quiet nights staring at stars and wondering if anyone out there understood him. But then he saw the Queen, standing before him in golden light. He saw the forest welcoming him, the crystal memories showing him Earth, the living world around him greeting him as if he belonged. The water showed him a simple truth. He wasn't alone anymore. The Queen stepped close. "What do you see?" "I see myself," Alex whispered. "But clearer. I see why I came, and maybe why I'm supposed to stay." She nodded slowly. "This world does not choose lightly. It calls only those who are ready to hear. It chose you." Alex felt the weight of those words. Why me, though? I'm not a leader. I'm not a scientist. I'm not even the best in my crew. "You are not chosen for what you have done," she said softly. "You are chosen for what you can become." The words sank into him deeply. He did not respond immediately. Instead, he stood and looked around the valley, the glowing water, the singing crystals, the peaceful landscape that felt like a living dream. He felt small, but in a new way. Not insignificant, simply a part of something bigger. As they continued walking, the Queen led him to the edge of the valley where another structure waited. It was a circular dome, made of transparent crystal, that caught the light like a diamond. Inside, Alex saw movement, small creatures floating in the air like soft orbs of radiance. "What is this?" he asked. "This is the Learning Dome," she said. "You will meet the younger minds of my world." Alex blinked. "You mean children?" "In a way," she said, stepping toward the dome. "They are new minds, still discovering themselves, still shaping their purpose. They wish to meet you." Alex felt nervous. "They know I'm here? They feel your presence," she explained. The dome opened without a sound as they approached. A warm glow poured out, surrounding Alex like a gentle embrace. Inside, the small orb-like beings floated toward him, stopping just short of touching him. They shimmered with soft colors: pink, blue, green, gold, each pulsing gently like tiny hearts. One of them drifted close and circled Alex slowly. Its light grew warmer, and a soft tone echoed in his mind like a friendly greeting. "They like you," the Queen said, her golden eyes watching calmly. "They're beautiful," Alex whispered. "Like little stars. They are pure thought and light," she said. "They learn through emotion, through connection. They feel your calm curiosity, and it comforts them." One of the orbs floated to the Queen and brushed against her gently, pulsing with pale blue light. She placed her hand near it, and the orb sang a soft note in her mind before drifting back toward Alex. "They want to show you something," she said. "Let them." Alex took a slow breath and nodded. One of the orbs drifted close again and stopped directly in front of him. Its light increased, and suddenly, Alex felt warmth inside his mind, like a gentle touch, soft and safe. He saw images again, but these were not memories. They were emotions. The orb shared feelings: joy, safety, curiosity, trust. It was showing him how it felt about him. "They're not afraid of me," Alex whispered. "Why would they fear?" the Queen asked. "Fear comes when one expects harm. You bring no harm. You bring wonder." Alex felt his chest tighten in a different way, this time a warm, happy way. He reached out a hand slowly, and the orb hovered just over his palm, glowing brighter. "Can I touch it?" he asked softly. "You can touch its light," she said. "Not its body, for its body is not like yours, but it wants to share with you." Alex opened his palm, and the orb lowered until its light passed through his hand. He felt warmth, like sunlight on a cold morning. The orb pulsed gently, and Alex felt a simple emotion fill him. Welcome, he smiled widely. They're incredible. They are the future of my world, the Queen said, and now, they know you. Alex lowered his hand slowly as the orb floated back into the group. The Queen stepped beside him, her presence warm and calm. Your time here is not just for learning, she said quietly. It is also for being seen, for allowing my world to understand humanity. Alex turned to her. Do they understand me now? They understand your heart, she replied. And that is enough. He looked at the small beings again, feeling a strange sense of responsibility. They had shared themselves with him. They trusted him. They believed in him. He wondered if he could ever be worthy of that trust. As they left the dome, the Queen said, There will come a moment when you must choose what path your journey takes. But for now, you learn. For now, you listen. Alex nodded. I'm ready to learn more. The Queen looked at him with a soft glow. You already are. They walked farther into the glowing landscape as the alien world continued to welcome Alex with gentle light, warm songs, and endless wonders. And slowly, deep within himself, Alex began to feel a truth forming, one that would shape his destiny and humanity's future among the stars. Alex walked beside the Queen as the glowing landscape of Lithar 7 stretched before him. The air shimmered with color, and every step he took felt like part of a living dream. After days of exploring the memory field, the Chorus Valley, and the Learning Dome, he now understood something he had only sensed before. This world was alive in ways humans could barely imagine. It thought, it felt, it connected, and it had chosen to welcome him. Alex, the Queen said softly, her golden eyes reflecting the colors of the sky. Your journey is nearing a turning point. It is time you learn why you were truly called here. Alex nodded. He had wondered for days, even while exploring and learning, why this world had singled him out. Other humans had visited distant planets before, but none had felt the way Lithar 7 made him feel alive, recognized, and responsible. Why me? He asked quietly. There are many humans. I am just one. You are enough, she said. Not because of who you are, but because of what humans carry within. Curiosity, compassion, courage. You bring your world's potential with you. You remind my people and my world that even the smallest sparks can ignite the greatest light. Alex felt a strange warmth in his chest. He had always thought of humans as small, fragile, clumsy in the vastness of the universe. But here, in the presence of the Queen, he realized that his people were capable of something extraordinary. They were not perfect, but they were capable of growth, of wonder, and of change. She led him to a plateau overlooking a vast lake of liquid crystal. The surface reflected the sky like a perfect mirror, glowing with shifting colors and the faint shimmer of floating lights. From this height, Alex could see the expanse of the world he had only glimpsed in fragments before. Forests, valleys, glowing towers, rivers of light, and distant mountains rose like silent guardians. It was breathtaking. This world is incredible, Alex said. I never imagined anything like it. And yet, she replied, even your Earth has beauty. Even humans, small and uncertain though they are, carry light that spreads farther than they know. Alex felt a mix of pride and humility. The Queen's words were a reminder that humanity's potential did not come from weapons, wealth, or technology alone. It came from imagination, courage, and the ability to reach out to others, even worlds that seemed impossible. She extended one of her crystalline hands, and a soft glow ran along her fingers. Alex, it is time to see the future you can help create. He followed her as she touched the lake, causing gentle ripples that spread across the crystal water. The ripples carried glowing images, slowly forming scenes like memories or dreams. Alex saw humans building ships, exploring planets, discovering new life forms, helping one another. He saw humans learning from mistakes, creating cities powered by clean energy, and sharing knowledge across continents. He saw the Queen's world reaching out to them, slowly bridging the distance between the two species. Humans and the beings of Lethar 7, learning together, teaching one another, discovering wonders and sharing stories across space. It's possible, Alex whispered, awe in his voice. All of it. We could do this. Yes, the Queen said, her voice gentle and steady. Because humans are not limited by what has already been done. You imagine. You try. You reach farther than the past allows. That is why you were chosen. That is why this world called you. Alex knelt at the edge of the lake, letting the glowing water reflect his own face. I never thought my life could be like this. That I matter. In this way. You do matter, she said, and not only for yourself. You matter for all of humanity, for your people, for the stars they have yet to touch. Every choice you make here, every lesson you learn, will echo far beyond your imagination. He felt the weight of her words, but not as pressure, rather as inspiration. For the first time, he truly understood what humans could achieve. Not by conquering worlds, but by connecting, learning, and daring to dream. The Queen lowered herself beside him, her glowing form radiating calm warmth. You have learned much, she said. But there is one final lesson. One you must carry with you always. Alex looked up, curious. What is that? Compassion, she said simply. Curiosity and courage guide you. But compassion shapes you. The worlds you touch will respond to your heart, not your strength. Lead with understanding. Listen, share, protect. That is how humans grow beyond themselves. Alex closed his eyes, letting the words sink in. He thought of his crew, his family, the people of Earth. He realized that compassion had always been there, quietly, even in small actions, in helping someone else, in reaching out to a stranger, in imagining a better future. The Queen had shown him that this quality, so simple and human, could ripple through galaxies. When he opened his eyes, the lake shimmered with new images, humans and Lethar, 7 beings, learning together, sharing ideas, teaching one another, creating communities across worlds. Alex felt hope blossom inside him like a living light. I understand, he said softly. I know what I have to do. Good, the Queen said. It will not be easy. There will be obstacles. There will be doubt. But you have seen the way forward. You have been chosen to remind humanity of its own light, to show them what is possible, and to help them reach it. Alex stood, feeling stronger, braver, and more certain than he ever had in his life. I will do it, he said. I will carry this back to my people. I will help them see what they can become. The Queen's golden eyes glimmered. Then your journey truly begins. They spent the rest of the day exploring the plateau, the Queen showing him hidden gardens, rivers of living light, and towers that stored knowledge in crystalline forms. Every new discovery reinforced the lesson she had shared. Curiosity, compassion, and courage could unlock possibilities no human or alien had yet imagined. As the twin suns of Lethar 7 set, casting long shadows across the glowing land, Alex stood at the edge of a cliff overlooking the horizon. The world stretched endlessly, beautiful and alive, and he felt connected to it in a way he had never known. You will leave soon, the Queen said. And when you do, take everything you have learned. Teach it, share it, inspire it. Alex nodded, feeling a mixture of sadness and excitement. He had grown attached to the world, to its beauty, and to the Queen who had guided him with patience and wisdom. I will, he promised. I will never forget this. Then you are ready, she said. And remember this, Alex. Your life is not measured by what you possess, but by what you create, by what you share, by the light you leave behind. Humans have a fire within. Let it shine. All there's within. Alex B. Alex looked down at the glowing landscape one last time, letting the light fill him completely. He felt a deep sense of purpose, a certainty that he had never known. Humanity's journey was only beginning, and he would play his part in showing the stars what humans could do. The Queen extended her hand toward him, and for the first time, Alex felt no distance between them. Not fear, not doubt, only connection. "Go now," she said, "and carry hope with you." Alex took a deep breath and smiled. "I will. Thank you for everything." She inclined her head, her golden light shining warmly. "The world thanks you, too. And so does the future." With one final look at the shimmering landscape, Alex turned and walked toward the platform where his ship awaited. Every step felt lighter, filled with the knowledge that he carried something far greater than himself. The spark of possibility for all of humanity. As the ship lifted from the glowing plateau, Alex looked out at Lithar 7 one last time. The forests shimmered, the crystal towers glowed. The lakes reflected the sky in perfect light, and somewhere, deep in the heart of the world, the Queen watched him leave. Her mind and spirit connected to his in ways neither human nor alien could fully explain. Alex smiled. Humanity had a long way to go. There would be challenges, and there would be doubts, but he understood now what he had to do. To teach, to inspire, to remind humans of their own courage, curiosity, and compassion. To show them that even in the vastness of the universe, their light mattered. And as the stars stretched endlessly before him, Alex felt hope grow stronger than fear, stronger than uncertainty, stronger than anything he had known. Humanity would rise. They would learn. They would reach the stars not through force, but through understanding, curiosity, and the light within their hearts. And in that moment, Alex knew that the spark of humanity, fragile yet brilliant, had found its first true ally among the stars.